You've got my vibration, so you know the kind of questions I would like to ask.
Well, we know who you are and what you want and what you know and where you're going. So yes.
I am interested in. I've got many questions, but let's do one.
We only have one answer. Have you noticed?
So Jerry was interested in the fact of the link between thoughts and things. And
turning thoughts to things. He liked the idea of actually being in on it in a conscious, deliberate way of turning thoughts to things and having his hands in the clay while it was happening.
I am interested in the link between speech to things.
Between speech and what?
Speech, the fact of saying thing and it is happening.
Well, the link between speech, turning words to things, turning thoughts to things, is that for both you and Jerry, there's an interim thing to understand, and that is it's the vibrations that are becoming the things. And so you're wanting to be vibrationally accurate because so many people offer words that are not accurate. The meaning of the words and the way they are like most people who are wanting more prosperity are standing in the place of not feeling prosperity and wondering why it can't come, because their dominant vibration is about not having enough of something, and so they can't let it in. So they can say all the words they want and offer all the activity they want, but until their marbles change, which is a sort of gradual process, isn't it? Unless you're in an environment like this, things are changing fast in a room like this, because there's an openness and a willingness and a plethora of non-physical energies and an expectation on your part. And so things happen faster in an environment like this.
Mm-hmm. What I have realized by the time I've been following you, that's been 7 years now. And when I do my meditation early in the morning, I am kind of hooked up with vibration, and I just have to follow what's in there.
So in other words, you're not far away from alignment when you sit to do it. You're not having to overcome resistance.
That's it.
You just slip right into more alignment, and then the momentum builds.
I don't have to schedule.
Yeah.
This is my inner being who's scheduling me.
Yes.
And I like that very much. You know, I don't have anything to do except chilling
be aware
out. Yes, chilling
well
out.
that you didn't hear us as you were coming up, but we said to you as you were standing up and making your way out of the aisle, we said to you, you felt us choose you before the point even happened.
I remember clearly the time last time, just before you said you called me on the scene, but it was 3 years ago. You explained something about, the relationship between atoms and electrons, etc. How fast it was going. And I've got this image now, always in my mind.
Yeah. And so?
And so it was my question. I've got another one. I received something a long time ago.
So your question was turning words to things, and our answer was, it's matching your words with the vibrational accuracy.
Yes.
And it's the vibration that then is the point of attraction that allows the manifestation of the things. So that's really easily understood, yes?
Mm-hmm. So, yes, vibration. So I understand. What I want I want to use the language in order to build up my vibration, to
enhance it.
To enhance it, to increase it. And this is what
So that's why we say, find easy existing matches, because if you're looking for something that isn't vibrating within you, then nothing happens. But when you look for something that already is and focus upon that, then that will bring the next match and the next match and the next match and the next match.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Here's an easy way to understand why that is so. Almost all humans offer most of their vibration in response to what they are observing. That's why things don't change very fast for humans, because you observe and then you get more of it, which you observe, and then you get more of it, which you observe, both wanted and unwanted. So that observation can work in your favor if you are selectively sifting the things that feel good when you focus upon them. And this is the thing that you're going to hear this easily, but it's the thing that we so want everyone to hear. An existing match that is simple is way more powerful than trying to find a match that's more complicated. Our friend earlier said, I'd like to go deeper. And we were sort of teasing, there is no deeper. There is no deeper than being at the root of the vibration of something. And
what I felt from what he was saying, but I was thinking about that in the past. I wanted dance. I want density. And I think this is what he meant when he said that. When deeper, in fact, he wants more density.
More manifestation. Yeah. More thoughts turning to things.
That's it.
I want more manifestation. Of course you do. That's why you're here in these physical bodies. This is the way the universe works, and you knew it. You knew that if you could find a thought and that the thought felt good, which meant it was something that you'd vetted over eons with your inner being, and you focus upon that thought, that this time-space reality that there are enough already cooperative components within this time-space reality to fulfill the density of your desire endlessly. Density is a good word for the becoming of it, for the see it, hear it, smell it, taste it, touch it of it.
It is much more physical than intellectual. I mean, everything in the society, in the world is, it is about, you have to think about it, but from an intellectual point of view.
But there's something so wonderful about not needing it to be dense and manifested because of the pleasure of the alignment and the understanding of the becoming. So now you're watching it as an adventure of becoming rather than of something that's already become. Once it manifests, it's sort of past tense. So there's this sweet spot, isn't there? And this is what you're all craving. The sweet spot, the moment of combustion, the orgasmic moment when it bursts into manifestation. That's what you're reaching for. But you're so much wanting that moment that you deprive yourself of having more of those moments because you stand in a place of it not having manifested, and therefore you prevent it from manifesting. Where this is going to sound counterintuitive, but if it didn't matter so much that it was denser, if it didn't matter so much that it was manifested, if it could be about the win of the vibrational rendezvous, then more would manifest all the time. More would we've teased in the past. Then in the next series of cruises, we will have seminars on demanifestation because there's so much stuff in your life.
2030. Cruise, demanifestation.
Demanifestation.
Yeah.
And so?
I'm happy. I'm satisfied.
We are too. Because we went to a new place with all of that. And are you feeling, as you're listening in all this, can you feel the gathering of the cooperative components as each thing builds on the next and on the next and on the next? In other words, do you feel it?
Yes.
You came into this physical body, into these physical bodies, with a ravenous thirst. Thirst is good. You're not starving. You're not in a state of deprivation. It's a thirst for, an anticipating thirst for density, for the manifestation of things. But what's that about? Is it because you want more things piled up? Or is it because the process of things becoming is the only thing that satisfies a creator? The sculptor wants his hands in the clay, and he's enlivened by the becoming of it, of being able to transform this formless clump into this image that he has. Well, you are all like that, those kinds of creators. You want your hands in the clay, and not toward no end, toward this one and this one and this one and this one and this never-ending end of never-ending ends. And so our desire for you, we're speaking this specifically to you, everyone else too, but you're the one that stirred this up. Our desire for you is that you find that sweet spot between the pleasure of the unfolding and the briefness of the density of the manifestation before you're off on the next and off on the next. That's just the ideal way to create, to desire it without being close, then to calibrate on purpose and get closer, and then to begin to experience the pleasure of your proximity to it, and then to begin to enjoy the pleasure of your knowledge of your power and your worthiness and your deservability as the cooperative components begin to dance around just to show off for you, the creator of this. And as you watch it, that's that theoretical thing that Einstein was doing. He took so much pleasure from that as the ideas began, because the ideas that come, those are attraction too. And the idea is a manifestation too, not as dense, but denser than it was. And as you're enjoying the pleasure of the density becoming more and 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 more, and the combinations of things becoming more and more and more and more and more satisfying, and the realization that, oh my God, I'm alive. I like this feeling of the energy that creates worlds passing through my focus, and then to actually get to see it manifest where others who would not have had access to it before because they didn't dream it, they didn't focus on it, they didn't know it, they maybe even didn't want it till they saw it. And now here's this manifestation that gives you so much information about what's going on with you vibrationally. And that's the little twist that we want to put upon your desire and Jerry's of turning thoughts to things, turning words to things. We want you to feel the deliciousness of being able to orchestrate things into becoming for the bouncing off platform that they then provide for the next and the next and the next and the next. Because it isn't creating something and then here it is, my life's work. It's good, isn't it? I did that. Got anything else planned? Nope. Wanted that for a long time, and there it is. And the people that are looking at it are admiring it. They might pay a lot of money for it. Depends on what it's made out of. But it's not going to satisfy you for long, because it isn't what it's about. That density isn't what you're about. It's the feeling of the flow.
The process.
It's the flowing of the energy toward the endlessness. Yeah. Enough?
Enough.